episode of the Citizen Journalist Show. This is a place where you decide the agenda, where you're the newsmaker and your issues are prime. In the next 30 minutes of the Citizen Journalist Show, your battles for justice and your unrelenting fights for your rights.
अचानक से एक गाड़ी आई, उसमें 5 लड़के बैठे थे और उन्होंने ज़बरदस्ती से हमें गाड़ी के अंदर डाल लिया और कुछ सुंघा दिया। हमें रास्ते में हमारे साथ बलात्कार किया।
हमें धमकियाँ मिल रही है, हमें गांव में जाने से डर लगता है।
बच्चा ने जिंदगी का हक, जीने का हक चाहिए।
यहाँ ही मर जाएंगे जंतर मंतर पर, फिर गाँव में नहीं जाएंगे।
एकदम से मतलब आवाज़ें आने लगी और मुझे लगा कि भूकंप आ गया और मैं मम्मी पापा को चिल्लाई और भाग गई वहाँ से।
मैं श्याम सुंदर सीजीए इसलिए बना हूँ ये बताने के लिए कि बिल्डरों ने हमारी बिल्डिंग गिरा दी और हमें घर से बेघर कर दिया।
But first on the Citizen Journalist Show, a startling tale of crime against women. Girls actually, 4 teenage girls from a village in Haryana were abducted by 5 men of an upper caste community and raped. Although this case happened earlier, but it has striking similarities to the Badaयूं case. They were picked up from a field where they had gone to relieve themselves. But fortunately in this case, the 4 girls have lived to tell the tale of this brutal attack. But the ordeal is far from over. They have had to leave their homes in the village and are now living in the streets of the national capital in Jantar Mantar, demanding justice. Runjhun Sharma met these girls and their families for this feature report.
These are not homeless. They have left their homes behind. The entire Dalit community of Bagana village are here on the roadside at Jantar Mantar, demanding justice. Justice for the rape of their 4 teenage girls. It was around 8 p.m. on 23rd March when our daughters went to a wasteland to relieve themselves. They were abducted by a group of 5 upper caste Jat men in Bagana.
हम चारों लड़के लैट्रिन बाथरूम के लिए गए थे। वहाँ पे अचानक से एक गाड़ी आई, उसमें 5 लड़के बैठे थे
और हमारे साथ जबरदस्ती गाड़ी में गेट लिया और हमें कुछ सुंघा दिया।
रास्ते में हम चारों के साथ बलात्कार किया, उसके बाद हम बेहोश हो गए। जब हमने होश आया तो हम बठिंडा रेलवे स्टेशन पे थे।
Abducted, raped, beaten up and threatened not to tell anyone about the ordeal.
धमकाया और मारपीट की मारा और हमारे बच्चों का नाम आ तो हम तुम्हें और तुम्हारे घर वालों को जान से मारते हैं।
Our daughters went through hell and back. It was 20 hours of never-ending torture.
हमारे रिश्तेदारियाँ में सब जगह फ़ोन करे भाई अब लड़की आई से कि यहाँ वो बोले भी वो नहीं आई है। फिर हमारा रो के बुरा हाल हो गया, रोते रहे और ना खाना खाया, कुछ नहीं करया, ना सोए, रात भर ना सोए, अंडे गए ऐसे हमारे बच्चे।
सुबह गए सरपंच के पास है, वो बोलता है कि लड़की आए हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। मैं इधर उधर है कि कहीं न बोला नहीं, बटंडा स्टेशन के ऊपर है।
Despite pressure from the village sarpanch to hush up the case, we decided to complain against these boys.
सुबह उठते ही एफआईआर करवाई है, जाके लिखवाई है सदर थाना में हिसार, और 25 मार्च से 15 अप्रैल तक कोई सुनाई नहीं हुई हमारी। वहाँ का प्रशासन जो हरियाणा सरकार है वो उन्हीं की पकड़ में है, वो हमारी पकड़ में नहीं है।
Our girls were taken to a local government hospital for medical examination where they were made to wait for several hours and subjected to the now banned 2-finger test that confirmed rape of 2. The police have arrested the 5 men, but one of the accused has been let out on bail.
तो हम तो एक छूट गया उल्टा वापस। 4 पकड़े गए हैं, 3 है जो सो अंडे खुले।
Fearing for our lives, we had to leave our village. We demand that the village sarpanch should be arrested for criminal conspiracy.
हमारी लड़की भी ऐसे बोल रही है, हमें नहीं यहाँ ही मर जाएंगे जंतर मंतर पर, फिर गाँव में नहीं जाएंगे।
It has been more than 2 months and we have been here on the streets protesting the injustice. We have nowhere to go.
हमारा गाँव बगाना छोड़ के ना और शहर में कहीं भी हमारे को रहने के लिए जगह दे दो, हम गाँव में नहीं जाएंगे।
अभी तो मैं मैंने बहुत छोटी हूँ, आगे मैंने पढ़ना चाहती हूँ, बड़ी होकर कुछ बनना चाहती हूँ। बगाना गांव में तो हमें ना पढ़ने नहीं ना दिया जाएगा, क्योंकि वहाँ पे हमें धमकी मिलती है और न सरकार हमारी कुछ ना मदद करे।
Our next citizen journalist report comes from the national capital, a story of callousness at the hands of a builder who mowed down a residential building in the Lal Kuan area of Chandni Chowk while the residents were inside the building. The shocked inhabitants ran for dear life. Thankfully, there were no casualties, and now, a year later, the many families are still homeless. Shyam Sundar is now turning a citizen journalist. He was living in the very same building for the last 60 years and is now fighting for his right, his home. Vandana Anand is helping Shyam Sundar file this CJ report.
जन्माष्टमी का दिन था, हम लोग सो रहे थे, अंदर सारे अपने घरों में रेस्ट कर रहे थे, तो अचानक हमें ऐसा लगा जैसे हम भूकंप आ रहा है, लेकिन वो नीचे से हमारी बिल्डिंग गिराई जा रही थी।
एकदम से मतलब आवाज़ें आने लगी और मुझे लगा कि भूकंप आ गया और मैं मम्मी पापा को चिल्लाई और भाग गई वहाँ से।
In a matter of minutes, 13 houses collapsed, crumbled to a debris. It was not an earthquake that brought the destruction, but a deliberate attempt on the part of the builders to bring down the houses of families living in Hanuman building in Lal Kuan area of Chandni Chowk in August 2013.
मैं श्याम सुंदर CGA इसलिए बना हूँ ये बताने के लिए कि बिल्डरों ने हमारी बिल्डिंग गिरा दी और हमें घर से बेघर कर दिया।
I am a small-time musician and I have been living here since my birth in 1950. Me and other families like mine have been paying a rent of ₹50 and living here for over 6 decades. The builders had become owners of this building in 2009. But never intimated us to vacate or increase the rent. And then all of a sudden, one day, the pillars were broken and the building came crashing down.
100 नंबर की पुलिस ना आने से पहले बिल्डर आ चुका था और वो ये बोलने लग गया कि ये बिल्डिंग गिरने वाली है, आप खाली कर दो। तो हमने उसको ये जवाब दिया कि आपको कैसे पता ये बिल्डिंग गिरने वाली है? भैया आपको कैसे पता? इतनी देर में हम बिल्डर के संग गए हैं, पीछे उतर के बोलते बोलते अपने मकान छोड़ के डर के मारे, इतनी देर में तो जो हमारे खड़े मकान थे वो भी गिर गए।
The sudden destruction forced us and 70 others like us to spend the night on road. All our belongings were now a part of the rubble.
कुछ भी हम सुख नहीं किए, जैसे आए शादी करके 2 महीने के बाद फिर मेरा घर गिर चुका है।
हम लोग के सारा उसी में दब गए, सामान सब दब गए, कुछ भी नहीं बचा। हम लोग लंगे पाँव थे और नाइट ड्रेस में।
हमने 2 रातें सड़क पे निकाली, मतलब कि कोई खाना दे गया, कोई कपड़े दे गया।
9 महीने 10 महीने हो गए हमें यहाँ जूझते हुए। कितने तो हमारे अड़ोसी पड़ोसी, हमारे फादर वगैरह सब डेथ हो गई इसी चक्कर में।
With the intervention of the local MLA, we all were shifted to this community center, few meters away from our old home, and we are living in a very pathetic situation here.
हम कम्युनिटी सेंटर के अंदर 75 लोग रह रहे हैं और सर्दी गर्मी यहीं काट रहे हैं। सर्दियों के अंदर हमने कैसे गुजारा किया है ये हम ही जानते हैं। हमारे पास किसी के पास 2 गद्दे, किसी के पास 3 गद्दे और हमारे पास और कोई सुविधा का सामान नहीं है।
यहाँ पे बहुत बुरी हाल है, गर्मी हो रही है, बच्चे बीमार हो रहे हैं, पानी का पीने का पानी भी नहीं आ रहा है।
5 तारीख को मेरा एग्ज़ाम दे के आई हूँ, बट जितना हो सका पढ़ लिया क्योंकि टाइम यहाँ नहीं मिल पाता, कोई प्राइवेसी नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है।
हम कम्युनिटी सेंटर के अंदर रह रहे हैं जहाँ की हालत बहुत ही बदतर है, फिर भी हम कैसे न कैसे गुजारा कर रहे हैं। लोग हमें कहते हैं कि आप चांदनी चौक के किसी एरिया में भी मकान लेके क्यों नहीं रह रहे थे, क्योंकि यहाँ पर जितने लोग रहने वाले हैं सब डेली वेजेस वाले हैं। किसी की इनकम इतनी नहीं है कि वो इतना किराया दे सके। हमें तो सिर्फ मकान के बदले मकान चाहिए।
FIR was lodged against the builders, but one of them is now out on bail and others are absconding. Our matter is in the High Court. The CJ team approached the defense lawyer and the local MLA.
Since it is a matter between the tenants and the landlords, so I don't know what is the status in the court. And they must pursue this matter. I told them that you all join together and pursue the matter in the Honorable High Court.
यहाँ पर एक बिल्डर साहब आते हैं माजिद अली, इन्होंने बिना परमिशन विदाउट आस्किंग एनीवन बिल्डिंग को छेड़ा, नेग्लेक्ट किया। उससे क्या हुआ, सारे के सारे मकान जो नीचे गिर गए। पुलिस ने आईपीसी की धारा 288, 308 एंड 506 आईपीसी लगाई। और सबसे हैरानी की बात है कि जब आईपी की धारा 308 जहाँ लग जाती है, अटेम्प्ट टू मर्डर जिसको हम कहते हैं, और उसके बावजूद भी दे आर नॉट अरेस्टेड। व्हाई?
हम इस कम्युनिटी सेंटर में कब तक रहेंगे? सरकार से मेरा ये निवेदन है कि वो हमें घर के बदले घर दिलाए। मैं श्याम सुंदर, CJ IBN के लिए।
To Bangalore now, where CJ Rahul Damaya is telling us how lack of coordination between two civic agencies in Bangalore is leading to crores of the taxpayers' money going down the drain, quite literally. Bangalore Mahanagar Palika spent 2 crore rupees to tar a road, and within a week the same road was dug up by Bangalore Water Supply and Sewage Board to lay water pipelines. Shailaja Verma and Rahul are getting the CJ report.
Hi, I'm Rahul Daima and I have turned a citizen journalist. I'm now here at the Yashwantpur Matikere Circle. It is here that a bizarre coordination between Bangalore civic agencies has led to a wasteful expenditure of the taxpayers' money. And I'll tell you how. It is here that the Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palike spent around 2 crores to tar this very stretch of the Mohan Kumar Road last month. All was well until the Bangalore Water and Sewage Board decided to dig this very stretch to lay new sewage line. All of this just in a matter of 2 weeks since this very new road was laid. Remember, this is a very busy stretch of road since this road leads to the Yashwantpur railway station. Now imagine, with the monsoons approaching, things will only get worse for pedestrians and motorists. The worst part of it all is the loss of the taxpayers' money to the tune of lakhs of rupees.
It has started from past one month, I think so. Still it has not completed, and whenever rain comes, vehicle will go a little slowly and all dust will come inside. We can't eat properly. So I think the sound also, it affects a lot.
Actually, this is a like two-way, okay? So since they have blocked this road, so it's very difficult because, you know, if lorry comes, then while passing through a bike, it's very difficult because this is a narrow road.
The taxpayers' money wouldn't be going to these drains if and only if the two civic agencies had coordinated before they executed their share of work. Remember, this is not the only case of poor civic planning in the city of Bangalore. There are many similar cases all throughout the wards of Bangalore. So why is it that the BWSSB and BBMP don't coordinate before they carry out their share of work? This not only causes inconvenience to people, but also a severe waste of the taxpayers' money. I, along with the CJ team, decided to seek some answers from the authorities.
Sometimes in a situation of this nature, we can't help it because we have to make a choice whether we should separate the pipe, leaking pipe, or see that the road doesn't get damaged. Every agency seeks the orders from government depending on the quantum of work, an administrative sanction. They got the administrative sanction from government recently. But we have every year annual program of asphalting, which we are supposed to do, which we have done it.
I hope now at least the civic agencies will have a communication process in place to ensure the work is well coordinated and done in harmony. It is this small step that will not only ensure that infrastructural projects are completed on time, but without wasteful expenses. This is Rahul Daima, citizen journalist for CNN IBN.
Well, rare sights or sound or anything that catches your eye, this is a place for all of that. We're going to take a short break on the Citizen Journalist Show, but lots ahead on the other side. Welcome back. there has been some respite to the heat with the monsoon clouds rolling in, but we here in the national capital have had a tough week with the temperatures reaching all-time highs of 45 and 47 degrees almost daily, and add to that incessant power cuts. Well, angst and grief has been pouring into our website ibncj.com and also on Twitter with a new hashtag emerging, Achhe Din Bijli Bill.
15-20 दिन हो चुके हैं। लाइट का तो कोई है ही नहीं है कि रात को कभी आती है कभी नहीं आती, कभी पूरी रात ही नहीं आती है।
एग्ज़ाम भी शुरू होने वाले हैं और पूरी लाइट की वजह से पढ़ाई भी नहीं हो पाती है।
पूरा दिन लाइट नहीं रहती है और इतनी गर्मी, बहुत ज़्यादा बच्चे पढ़ भी नहीं पाते हैं गर्मी की वजह से, और इस गर्मी की वजह से मुझे भी पेट की प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो रखी है डिहाइड्रेशन।
लाइट नहीं आती है, टीचर असाइनमेंट देती है वो मैं कर नहीं पाता हूँ।
जब मैं पढ़ाई करती हूँ तो भी स्कूल में पंखे नहीं चलते, जब मैं धूप से वापस आती हूँ तब भी घर पे पंखे नहीं चलते, मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आता है।
रात भी सोना नहीं मिलता, इन्वर्टर लगाया हुआ है मगर वो घंटा 2 घंटे के बाद फेल हो जाता है।
मंत्री जी बिजली की समस्या का जल्दी से हल करवाइए।
हम सिटीजन जर्नलिस्ट CNN IBN।
Well, you too can send us your opinions on ibncj.com, Facebook or Twitter. And now to a CNN IBN initiative in association with Change.org to help 12-year-old Aryan. Little Aryan is suffering from a rare genetic disorder called Hunter syndrome, the treatment of which runs to lakhs of rupees. Now, Aryan's parents are appealing for your help and also for the government to make this treatment accessible and subsidized.
I am Shiv Shankar Chaudhary. I have become citizen journalist for CNN IBN. My 12-year-old son Aryan Chaudhary is suffering from a rare disease called Hunter syndrome, where every day is fight for survival.
Aryan is my only son. I still remember the day he was brought from the hospital. I couldn't afford a taxi, but I took it anyway to bring him home. He is the joy of my life. I bought a camera to capture every moment of my son, but things changed overnight. Aryan was 2 when we realized that he has this disease. It's a progressive disease, where each day his condition gets worse. For 7 years, I have been running from pillar to post to find a cure for my son. Finally, after 9 doctors and several lakhs of rupees, I found out that there is a cure that can save my son, but I cannot afford it.
I am working in a private company and getting rupees 20,000 per month. I have to spend 1 lakh rupees for my son's test. My son's life-saving drug Elaprase is cost 1.5 crore per year, and that is beyond my capacity. That's why I have started an online petition in Change.org.
My wife and I opened a Twitter account to ask people for help. We got some support from Twitter users, but we need a long-term solution which can ensure that the drug is affordable. That's why I started an online petition on Change.org.
My appeal to the Union Health Minister, Dr. Harshvardhan, to subsidize and make the drug Elaprase available in India so I can save my son's life. This is Shiv Shankar Chaudhary, citizen journalist for CNN IBN.
Please help Aryan lead a healthy, happy life. And if you have a message for him, you can write to us on ibncj.com, and we promise to take that message to Aryan. That's it then. We will wait for your feedback on ibncj.com. Tell us what you liked on the show and what you did not like, and what are the issues that you would like us to pick up. From the entire team then, goodbye, take care.